So, the anti-ADH or antidiuretic hormone is produced by the pituitary, and it acts on the kidney, a specific part of the kidney, on the nephron, specific part of the nephron. I'm sorry, I mean to say, and it's a response to your body to try to prevent dehydration. All right, so it wants to keep more water in your body, and it has a very specific series of steps. I'm going to write those out, and then I'll walk you through them. All right. So this is the steps. All right. So the idea is that, as I said, it's a response to your body to try to prevent dehydration. So you have the first thing that happens is the hypothalamus, which is a part of your brain, is constantly detecting the blood concentration. All right. So it's constantly kind of sampling the blood that runs through it and seeing whether it's too dilute or too concentrated. If it is too, if the blood concentration is, um, oh, if I should say, this should say if the water concentration is too low. So basically, if the blood is too concentrated, so if the water concentration is too low, then the hypothalamus tells the pituitary to release more ADH. Right, and that ADH then travels to the collecting duct in the kidneys, which is part of the nephron. I'll do a video on the kidneys next week, and we'll talk about where this comes in. I'll refer back to this, but it travels to the collecting duct in the kidneys, and it increases the permeability. That says permeability of the kidneys. All right, of the collecting duct specifically. And so what that does is because it's more permeable, then the water is able to pass through it more. And so you get more water that's reabsorbed into the blood. And thus, the amount of urine that's produced is more concentrated. So this can show up as being more yellow in color, like a dark yellow, as opposed to almost clear. And there's less of it, so less volume of the urine. All right. The key words here would be hypothalamus, the idea of the collecting duct in the kidneys, and to increase the permeability, and then the water is reabsorbed into the blood. This is one of those, it's almost like the natural selection where there's not a lot of wiggle room on how you talk about it, so you have to have the key ideas. Now, one of the things that they have done before is talk about um, different things that may actually inhibit the release, so prevent the release of ADH. And so if you're preventing the release of ADH, the idea is that you're not going to get this loop, all right? And you're always going to have urine, you're going to produce a large amount of urine, or and it's going to have a higher volume and be less concentrated. Okay, so your body could lose too much water. Or they've also given exam questions before about things that artificially cause the release of ADH. So, for example, ecstasy, the drug ecstasy, does this. Even if your body doesn't need to keep the water, then there are things that trigger the production of this. And so you start to retain more water than you should. Um, so ecstasy causes the production things. There's lots of things that actually inhibit the production of this. So anything that's a diuretic. So black tea, coffee, these are diuretics. If you drink a lot, you may need to pee a lot soon after. Um, because a diuretic, right? If this is an antidiuretic, it makes your body hold on to the water. Then a diuretic is going to cause your body to get rid of water. And so you definitely want to memorize these steps and talk about what's going on, but just know that in the application of the knowledge, they could ask you to maybe mix it up some to if you artificially enhance or inhibit the production of ADH, what would happen from that?